Okay, I just started the recording, and first of all, I want to thank everyone for popping in on this very important Zoom call tonight. We have a very special guest, and her name is Angie Lynn. Angie is on fire with her Plexus business right now, and so we're glad to have her on this call. And anyway, thank you for taking the time out of your evening to be with us and everything. So. When we saw Angie, we saw Angie's how she's been, going the last couple months. Angie turned gold in 60 days, and then we saw that she won all of the incentives in May. So when we saw all this, we're like, we've got to have this girl on our Zoom call because we want to know what she's doing and how she's doing and everything. So before we get into that part of the story and everything, first of all, let's see. Can you, let's see. Let me switch pages here. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about, your family, where you're from, real quick?
Yes, most definitely. I am so happy to be here with you guys today. I am a sharer for sure. So my name's Angie Lynn. I just turned 34. I live in Idaho Falls, Idaho. And prior to the last year, I was a bartender and bar manager for about 10 years, and actually had some health concerns and some health issues come up to where I was physically incapable of working that job. So I took some time off work. Luckily, my husband is a nuclear engineer, so I was able to stay at home for a while. And currently, I am a lactation consultant for the state of Idaho, and I also just do social media for the bar that I used to manage. But I am a busy mom. I have 3 lovely girls, ranging from the ages of 2 to 13. I know I have a teenager now. It's crazy.
Right.
But yeah, I'm a busy mom. I'm a PTO mom. My husband always says, if I don't have a bazillion things to do, I'm not happy. So.
Well, good. That's awesome. So anyway, can you tell us just a little bit? Okay, tell us how you heard about Plexus, and was you following someone's journey, or just tell us how did you find out about Plexus?
So I found out about Plexus. So I was actually diagnosed with lupus and Hashimoto's about 3 years ago, and the autoimmune conditions just kind of snowballed into this big hot mess of health issues. So I had been looking for something to help me feel better. And I've tried everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. So I was on the lookout. And it was at that point, it was kind of at my breaking point where it was fate, I tell you. I was getting to that point where I was like, I'm done. I'm done trying. This is just the way it's supposed to be, and I'm just going to have to live with it, because if anybody on this call has any autoimmune conditions or loves anybody with an autoimmune condition, you know that it can be really hard, physically, emotionally, and mentally. And so I was at my breaking point, and I was like, that's it. I'm done looking. I've tried everything. Nothing's worked. And then my girlfriend, Shannon Langley, who I think you've had on a call before, her and I actually have a lot of the same health issues. And so, I mean, we've been friends for a while. We've shared pretty much everything as far as information, because that rabbit hole is quite deep.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, anything you can do to, feel better. I mean, when you're friends, you share that. And so she shared a Facebook post talking about how much it had helped her with her inflammation, which was one of my biggest problems, was inflammation and pain. And so I instantly just messaged her, and I asked her one question, and that question was if it contained soy, because I don't do good with soy. Thyroids and soy don't make friends. So she explained to me a few things, and I signed me up. As soon as she said there was a 60-day money-back guarantee, I was like, well, that's new. None of the other things I've tried have that. So I said, sign me up. Let's do it. And I ordered the Weight Loss Essentials Welcome Pack and added Ease. And I've been going nonstop ever since.
Okay, so how has it really? How has it helped you with what? I mean, like explain some of the issues that you were having and what it's actually done for you.
Oh my gosh. So, like I said, I was physically incapable of working. It was to the point where I had applied for Social Security and disability. I had debilitating headaches, inflammation through the roof, which gave me symptoms of rheumatoid arthritis. I had the lupus rash. I had gained about 70 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to exercise when you physically like just can't move.
Right.
That caused a lot of anxiety and depression and just joint swelling, joint pain, brain fog like you wouldn't believe. Like my sister makes fun of me because I carry a planner and my phone and my journal with me everywhere I go for the last few years, because if not, I will forget everything. Like crazy. So yeah, those were a lot. I had a lot of issues. Leaky gut, a lot of weight gain. But the main thing was the pain and inflammation, and autoimmune conditions that just, they kind of turn your whole world upside down. It's pretty crazy. So I honestly have been pretty well symptom free. Probably took about a week. Yeah, I mean, I went through a little bit of detox period, but I mean, I knew what I was getting myself into. So I don't know if you've seen my regimen video, but I mean, I started my detox before I even got my products. So
Wow.
I knew what I was getting myself into. So I felt yucky for a little bit there, but it was well worth it to push through that detox to get to where I am now. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. And that's what we
Energy.
tell people. Yeah.
Yes. And that was the other thing, energy. Like I have a 2-year-old and she is sassy and she's a wall climber and I could not keep up. So yeah, having the energy to keep up with everything I'm doing now and not have to stress about, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? So
Right.
that helps too.
Well, awesome. Now, okay. So, obviously with you reaching gold in 60 days, you haven't been doing the business for long. So when did you actually sign up though? So how long, when did you sign up?
I signed up on March 6th.
March the 6th.
I think so. No, April 6th. Sorry.
Okay. Wow. Well,
So
good for
April
you.
6th.
Yeah. And
Yep.
okay, so can you tell us who your jewel uplines are? Like, for instance, Lori Ward Harrison. I don't know if you know Lori Ward Harrison and Jetty. The upline Diamond Ambassador. That's who we're signed up under. And so,
Yep.
Yeah. So, can you tell us who your jewels are, or some of your jewels?
Oh, Danielle Knight. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Shannon just ranked up to, almost. Haley just ranked up to senior gold. And then, oh my goodness, Danielle, Cody Helmer.
Love her.
She's so amazing. Oh, she's honestly,
yeah,
she's great.
Yes. I've actually met her and her husband, and they are totally just amazing.
I'm so excited to meet them at convention. Yeah, by far, they're going to be probably my favorite.
Okay. Yeah, and like I say, we're under Lori Ward Harrison and Jetty Harrison. They've been doing the business for over 7.5 years, and we absolutely love them. I mean, we've met them several times, and they're really, really good people. So anyway, okay, let's see. Okay, so can you tell us, how did you go about reaching gold in 60 days? Did you do it by just posting on Facebook? Did you reach out to your friends and family, say, hey, join me in this journey? Did you do it on Instagram? You just kind of tell us how you got people involved to get under you, because in order to turn silver, you have to have 3 people under you that are commission qualified. To turn gold, you have to have 20 on your top 3 levels that are all commission qualified. Tell us how you went about getting people to join under you and stuff, or?
Yeah, most definitely. So I am a very vocal person. Like I said, I'm a sharer. I'm a blue. I'm the loudest one in the room. So, yeah, that's me. And I kind of just don't take no for an answer. So I mean, I called all my loved ones and I said, hey guys, like I found one more thing. And of course they were like, another thing.
Right.
Because I tell you, I tried everything. So, yeah, they're like, okay. And I said, I really want you, this is, I explained to them, how it was different and what my main goals were. And I, explained to them that I'd love to have them as accountability partners. So one thing about me previously that I've been working on is I'm a procrastinator. Sorry, I was a procrastinator.
There you go. Yeah.
So,
there you go.
yeah. And so, I had to make some changes there, but I just told them all like, hey, I called everybody that was super close to me and I said, do this with me. And I explained to them, hey, if it doesn't work for you, at least be my accountability partner. You've got 60 days. If it doesn't work for you, it's totally fine. And then once they said yes, I just said, okay. And by the way, here's the business side. If you want to make some money, we can totally do this. And honestly, I was just looking to get my products paid for. That was it. I am one of the, I didn't have time. I didn't have patience. I didn't have the energy. I didn't feel good. I was like, I don't have time for this. I just want to feel better and not have my husband glare at me because I'm costing hundreds of more dollars. He's so supportive. He's so loving. I mean, and he tells me to this day, like, I'd pay for it 1,000,000 times over from the results that you've gotten, but it was hard. It was kind of hard to just get everybody else to be brave with me. But yeah, not taking no for an answer was probably the number one. And then, like I said, I'm a sharer. So social media has been wonderful.
Right.
Being honest and open and upfront. I think that I had that big eye-opening situation, like where you're at the bottom. They always say you go to hit rock bottom to go up. Right. I had that opportunity to hit rock bottom with my health and with a few other things, and so it was I need to make some changes. And one thing I learned is that having accountability partners will keep you going. And so social media has been wonderful for that because I started sharing from day one. Hey guys, this is what I'm doing. Join me, watch me, or just hang out. Like, I need your support. And everybody has just been more than willing to help me. So I also don't sign people up as customers. I mean, I don't have a single one yet. When it comes to saving money, people know I'm frugal. I like to save money. And so I share that with everybody. Like, why would you pay full price for something when you can get that discount and it doesn't cost you anything? Right. You pretty well make your money back. So, but yeah, I told everyone I loved, shared my journey. I utilized my upline, you guys. That was the big one. So when I first came in, I was terrified. I was like, I know nothing about these products. Right. All I know is that I feel good. And so utilizing three-way chats with my upline was totally awesome, because if you're not a professional, you don't have to pretend to be. Right. Let your upline be the professional. So that was one thing that I learned was really helpful, was let them be the professional, introduce kindly in three-way chats, and let them take over and do their thing. So yeah, that was my next question. Do you do three-way chats? And also, now, do you try to get people on the phone? Because I know that we have the best success by when we're talking to somebody that's interested. We say, hey, do you have a minute to give us a call? Because it's easier for us to relay the message through a phone call than it is through typing something out. You know what I mean? So, right. I haven't utilized three-way calls yet, but I have been thinking that it would be really helpful. A lot of people reach out to me through Facebook. And so one thing that I have started doing is asking them for their phone number, because they can't ignore me over a text message.
Right.
Like I said, I'm a blue. I'm persistent. If you come to me and you tell me, this is what I'm dealing with, because the first question I ask is, do you have autoimmune conditions? What are you looking for? What do you need help with? How can I help you? Yeah. And so when they tell me their why, I hold on to that. Like, I'm an empath and I hold it and I see it. I still have people who told me 2 months ago that they wanted to sign up who are still ignoring me, and I will not quit because I have their why, even if they forgot it. So I really think that utilizing having their phone number and asking them, hey, shoot me your phone number so we can text or call. That would be, I think that's really going to be a game changer. So.
Right. Okay. Well, good. Okay. Now you said that, okay, that you hold their why. So do you write all this information down? Like for instance, with us, when we get a lead, we tell our team the way we do it, because in the beginning, if we tried to keep it all up here, we're going to lose somebody, or that's just me. So is what we tell our team is we have a notebook. We actually have, like notebook paper or whatever. We write down the person's name when we talk to them, everything that we talked about, or their why they want plexes, if they're diabetic or whatever. So that's how we keep up with it. And then when we do a follow-up, we keep more notes, until we get that yes, you know what I mean? So, and then we transfer it into a different folder, we transfer it into our ambassador folder or our customer folder.
Right.
How do you keep up with your,
So yeah, like I said, I keep a planner, I keep a paper planner, and then I also have a calendar on my phone, and I utilize Doe as well. So Doe is amazing, and I love that they just added the social media button where you just click it.
Yeah.
So Doe helps a lot too, but I do utilize the bucket, and I have the bucket system, and I have a fun little just binder, I guess you would say. There's a PDF that we have access to that just kind of can utilize kind of what Doe does, but on paper, and then I just keep it in there. So yeah, having numerous points of location kind of helps me keep track. So yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so I know that, your next goal is senior gold. So do you have any goals to get there? If you do, what are your goals to get there?
Yes. So fun fact, most of my team started as wholesalers. They didn't want to promote. And most of them still don't. They're like, I don't want to do this business. I just want to feel good. And I give them their respect, and I give them their space on that. But I have utilized, again, my blueness and just asked them, just been open and honest and said, hey, you know what, I really have some goals that I'd like to hit. If you could just do something as simple as tagging me in a post, or giving me a shout out, or even sharing my journey and my testimony, or commenting, like anything that you can do to help bring more light to my journey would be awesome. And then I also just have been telling them, like, look what's totally possible, you guys. Like, I wasn't planning on doing this either. It kind of just was fate, and just like, woo, exploded. And now I'm just trying to keep up. So yeah, I just, right now my goal is, I want to go to Leaders Retreat. I am going to Leaders Retreat.
There you go. Yes.
Yes. So I just, like I said, I'm open and I'm honest. And if I have those wholesalers who are like, no, I'm like, okay, I love you. That's all I wanted to ask. Like, just, it's okay. Don't be mad at me.
Right, there you go.
But there's nothing wrong with asking. The worst that's going to happen is you're going to get a no. Like,
exactly.
Don't be scared to ask.
Exactly. So, and that's why, like, at the end of the month, I go on my report at the end of the month, and I look at the report and I go, okay, I've got this many people that are under $99. So if I'm Facebook friends with them, I'm going to reach out to them and say, hey, is there any way that, like if they're $5 away, is there any way, do you need another product? Is there something,
Yep.
over so that you will be commission qualified, because it will help your sponsor, get those pay points. And, we want our sponsors. So, so anyway, but that's, kind of what we do, at the end of the month. I just go through that report, and, because like you said, the least they can do is just say, no. And then you say, okay, well, I appreciate, you
right.
just be open and honest with them. So,
right.
Yeah. So anyway, go ahead.
Sorry, dear. One more thing that I want to say really has helped as well is sip and sees. Reaching out and doing sip and sees. So
okay,
that has been super helpful as well.
Now, when you do a sip and see, do you do it at your home, or do you do it at their home, or at a specific place? How do you do your sip?
So Shannon and I kind of have teamed together, and we've done them locally. We've done, we did one at a local bar and restaurant because we had girls there that wanted to sign up, that wanted people to see what they were doing. So we did one there. We just invited everybody we knew. It was open to the public. We had tons of people come in and out. They were like, "What are you doing?" And we would just tell them, "This is what we're doing." And we got a few signups there. And then we do them in home, but we kind of utilize our time for newbies and our already made team. And so what we'll do is we'll make it 2 hours long. And the first hour, well, like 2.5. So the first 30 minutes, we have appetizers and snacks and beverages. And of course, our products are all out, beautiful for everybody to see. We've got our pink drinks to try. We've got our lean to try. Anything that we have, we just like lay it out. You can try whatever you want.
Right.
And then, so that first 30 minutes is kind of mingling. And then the first hour we dedicate to new people who are not enrolled yet. And so we will spend some time talking to them about our journey, our progress, what Plexus has done for us, our goals, and how easy it is for them to do it as well. And then the second hour is for product training and just, I mean, honestly, bonding with our team and getting to know them a little better and figuring out what their goals are and what we can do to help them as well. So one thing that I have started doing with all of my new ambassadors is saying, okay, so let's at least get your products paid for. Let's do a sip and see so that your family and your friends can totally see what you're doing. And the majority of them say, okay, awesome, let's schedule one. So
Oh, well, good. Yeah.
yeah, and it's kind of, it's just, yeah, if you don't make it like a crazy, sales pitchy experience, then, it's just, it's a lot, it's really laid back and more comfortable.
Yeah, well, good. Okay, so now do you have like any advice that you would like to share with our team on team building or, just any kind of advice you would like to give our team?
So time. Time seems to be a big one. And I don't know if, so one of the things that I've promised myself, and you got to stop breaking promises to yourself. So you need to hold yourself accountable, but hold yourself up on a pedestal, that knowing that anything that you say and you promise yourself to, you deserve, and you deserve to stop making excuses. So one of my biggest excuses was I don't have the time. And it hit me like a bolt of lightning one day. I don't know if you guys have heard of Mel Robbins. She's amazing. She wrote the book, The 5-Second Rule. She will be at convention. She is honestly the reason why I'm here, the reason why I'm in Plexus. I randomly heard a YouTube video when I was getting ready for work one day, and I was hooked. I did the 5-second mindset reset, and she said something that really resonated in me. And it was, if you're a person who says you don't have time, you don't have a time issue, you have a you issue, you have a utilization issue. There are 24 hours in a day. If the person next to me or above me that is senior gold has an hour to dedicate every day, I have an hour to dedicate every day. And so I just utilized her 5-second rule to get up and get moving in the mornings. And I dedicate 1 hour a day to this business. And that can be through IPA. It can be through just following up with customers. It can be through growth. I totally count my book club. I count, any Zoom that I do, but I dedicate at least 1 hour a day to making this work. I mean, I feel like that's totally, it's totally deservable for the results that you get. Like, give yourself 1 hour a day. Make time. Utilize your time better. And if you're somebody like me who used to just sit back and think, oh, it's okay, it'll come when it comes, it'll, just wait later time, do the mindset reset.
Yeah.
If you're somebody who's sitting back in the back going, gosh, and comparing yourself to others is a big no-no. Don't compare your journey to my journey.
Yep.
That's no-no.
I agree with that one.
Yeah, and if you're somebody that does that and catches yourself, having limiting beliefs and limiting thoughts and comparing yourself, take a step back and look up Mindset Reset by Mel Robbins and the 5-second rule. That has been a life changer for me. So
hopefully she'll talk about all that at convention. I'm sure she will.
Oh, she will. She's so amazing. I am so excited.
No, yeah. I mean, seriously, girl, now, is this your first convention?
Yes.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you just signed up.
I'm a newbie.
Yeah, you're going to love it. You're absolutely going to love it. Now, okay, you said, you talked a little bit about Leaders Retreat. You guys, Leaders Retreat is coming up. They will announce that at convention. I've achieved Leaders Retreat, let's see, 3 times, and I'm going to achieve it this time. The first time it was in Dallas. Second time was Orlando, Florida. Last year was the cruise, and that was amazing. Oh my God, best cruise I've ever been on in my whole life. So now, in order to, I know they make it to where you have to work to earn the points. So, I did a little video on I did a live video in our team page the other day and kind of talked about, because after going through everything, and it looks like you want to work to try to get your first levels to turn silver, because that's where you're going to get, a lot of credits. Your PV, you get credits there. So, signing up new ambassadors. So, what are your plans on, trying to get to Leaders Retreat? Like, what kind of things do you have in mind to try to achieve that goal? I know, we're going to work really hard with our level 1s, some that aren't silver, and say, okay, let's get you to silver, and then, vice versa, whatever, because you get paid on those top 3 levels for, getting people to silver.
Right. And that will probably be my goal as well. And I think one thing that I can do that I haven't really been doing is sharing the financial aspect. I've been so happy with my health and my journey and my results that I haven't really bragged as much as I really should about the financial aspect of what can happen when you hit silver. I mean, I came in at the most amazing time when everything was doubled.
Yes.
You guys remember those double incentives? Yes, I got a pretty paycheck and I did a pretty big happy dance. So I think one thing that we can do is just share more about, or that I can do anyway, is share more financially what it's done for me, because it's been pretty great. I was actually, I had to take an entire month off of work due to some technical difficulties there. So the whole month of May, I didn't work. And so having that extra Plexus paycheck was a blessing. So that's one thing that I can share. Getting people to silver. My goal is also to get more people on team calls, get more people at book club. I'm messaging them personally and saying, hey, I'd love for you to join us, come either just support me or support yourself. And so that's one thing that I think will help. And then maybe work on getting some customers. I don't know if that helps.
Yeah. Well, your PV. Yeah.
I mean, your PV. So yeah.
PV, and then you do get some pretty good credits for those. So
right.
That's like because I have a lot of people that when you're talking about getting the best price and signing them up, I have people that just wanted 1 or 2 products. So when they wanted the 1 or 2 products, I said, okay, then your best bet is just to become a customer. You know what I mean? Because they didn't want to work the business. They didn't want to, so that was my advice to them. Okay, you just be a customer, and then, because they're a subscribed customer, they get the ProBio 5 and the BioCleanse every month. That's the only 2 products they buy. So it helps me out. You know what I mean? So it helps my PV. So, but okay, now let's get onto a different subject. Okay, convention. You said you're going to convention. Now, do you have any of your downline going with you to convention, or?
No. We are kind of in a unique situation. I am driving to convention from Idaho Falls, Idaho to Las Vegas. So like I said, I have a toddler. She's 2. my husband travels for work, and it's just not a situation where I can just leave her here.
Right. Okay.
So I'm taking my little sister and my best friend and my baby and her baby, and we're just hitting the road.
There you go. How far of a drive is it?
9 hours.
Wow.
With 2 babies.
Hey, you know what, girl? I applaud you for getting there. You know what I mean?
Dedication.
Yeah,
dedication. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. So yeah. And it was honestly, and when I decided to register, it was at a time where I was like, when I clicked the button, it was like, okay, you have till May 15th to cancel. And I was like, okay, cool. I at least have I was so stressed because I was like, how am I going to afford this? When I found out Mel Robbins was going to be there, I was like, this is so much fate that it's blowing my mind. Right. And so I was like, I'm going. Like, that's it. And then when Cody shared with me the story about them, I don't remember if it was her or if it was Danielle or Fallon who said that they were eating hot dogs at the first convention they went to.
Oh, yeah.
They literally kept
Cody because, it was probably Cody because I heard her story one time where she said, you know what? I will buy bread and peanut butter and jelly, and we'll eat peanut butter sandwiches in my room if we have to. But
so that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I actually even like I said, my husband travels a lot, and so we have Hilton points. We're staying, it's a 4-minute walk down the road. We're using our Hilton points to stay there for free. I'm packing a cooler. My little sister's watching the kids. Like, I'm doing whatever I can to get there. So no excuses.
We actually, this will be our biggest, we have 15 people on our team going this year.
Oh, that's amazing.
So it's going to be really cool. And I believe the majority of us are all staying at the MGM Grand. We all got booked in there, and we're sharing rooms. I mean, we've got, 4 to a room, whatever it took to, and so we're doing the same thing, whatever it takes to get there, But anyway, so I believe that's it. And thank you very much for joining us. And if everybody can stay on here real quick, because I want to do it. First of all, I want to do a screen capture of everybody on here. And then is what we did for everybody on our team that joined tonight. We're doing a $20 gift card drawing, and then we'll be doing that drawing probably on Sunday. That's one thing that we do for our team, since our team has grown so much. And, when they say, if you're blessed, to be a blessing. So Greg and I do a lot of, we do a lot of different contests for our team throughout the month. We have whoever signs up the most ambassadors, we reward them with $50 cash. We do IPA challenges, in our group. For everybody that does their IPAs, when they tell us what IPAs they've done for the day, their name goes into a drawing. We usually give away 4 different prizes. We go shopping at Macy's or wherever, and we find these really cute gifts, and we give them, to our team.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we do different things throughout the month and everything. So anyway, but like I say, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day and sharing your, great story with us. We can't wait to, climb rank, go to senior gold, and, and then I can't wait to meet you at convention.
I know, I'm so excited.
I'm sure I will run into you because I always run into Cody and all of them and everything. And so, if you're hanging out with them, I'll be looking for you guys. Definitely want to meet you and everything. So
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Now everybody stay on here for a second. So let me do this screenshot real quick. Let me go ahead and stop the recording.